There are a lot of people out there telling you to do and not to do a bunch of different things. Some of the advice is just downright terrible, and some of the advice is absolutely amazing. So what do you listen to? What advice will be a gigantic waste of your time? And what advice will enhance the quality and trajectory of your life? Well, my friend, in this video, we're going to be answering those two questions with our self-help tier advice list. By the end of this video, you're going to know exactly what advice is a gigantic waste of your time and what advice to listen to and to take heed and implement in your life immediately. Let's begin. Number one, we have thoughts create your reality. And I'm going to give this an F. And the reason why is because you create your reality. Okay, this is some of the worst advice I've ever heard. And the reason why is because you are not a victim to your thoughts. You are the creator of your reality. And so if this advice was better, and in order for it to be, let's say, an A or S or just higher than the F tier, it would say, you create your reality, and the thoughts you believe and therefore act on create your reality. Let's go into the next one. Be yourself. And we are giving this a solid C. And the reason why is because some people, including myself here, A, forget who they are, and B, some don't even know who they are because they've been in the mind for so long. And so being yourself, it's like, what does that even mean? Especially practically, okay? You are not your thoughts. You are not your emotions. We are giving this an A. But the reason why it's not an S is because it does not identify who you are. Like, cool, you're not your thoughts. You're not your emotions. What are you? And so if this was an S, it would say you are the observer. You are the awareness of awareness itself, okay? Great. Let's go into the next one. Choose love over fear, and this is going to get a B. We all understand it, okay? But what does it mean in practicality? For example, sometimes I haven't realized I was doing something or not doing something out of fear until I actually did something different. A good example of this is just sitting in my comfort zone. Like, I didn't realize I was choosing my comfort zone from fear until I actually did something about it. And then I realized, holy shit, I just wasted 30 minutes maybe doom scrolling on Instagram because I was afraid of putting myself out there. Fear can disguise itself very subtly, my friend. And that's the reason why this is at the B tier. All right, next advice we have, meditate. A. And this is absolutely amazing advice. The reason why this does not get an S tier is because it's missing something. And the thing it's missing is meditate like you are a beginner. I've seen so many people, including myself here, so I'll just use myself as an example, who meditate daily and who occasionally use their meditation to strategize their life instead of being in meditation just for the meditative experience itself. And so in order to put this in the S tier, it would have to say meditate like you are a beginner meditator. Let's leave it there. All right, next piece of advice. Seek first the kingdom of God and all shall be added. This is gonna be our first S tier. We're gonna keep it very simple here. Essentially, if you're religious or spiritual or not religious, I am spiritual and not religious. Essentially, what this means is seek first joy and all shall be added. Specifically, seek first the joy of being and everything else will be added from that. When you are connected and feeling the joy of being, you will really feel like you don't need to do or to not do anything else. Life naturally flows from you, through you, and as you. Everything else is simply a cherry on top. Next piece of advice. Hurt people hurt people. I used to hear this all the time, and we are putting it at the B. It is definitely very true. However, there is no one who is a hurt person. People experience hurt feelings of pain. Every single person does. So when do I start identifying you or your family or your friend as a hurt person? Like, I have hurt within me. Does that make me a hurt person? Does that make you a hurt person? Yes, no, maybe, sometimes. Who knows, right? So what I would say to make this an A or an S is because this is true, but it's kind of mixed up, is people hurt other people when they are unconsciously experiencing and projecting their pain. My next unfavorite piece of advice is take nothing personal. This is going to get a solid C. And the reason why is how? How do you actually take nothing personal? I used to mentally struggle with this all the time. And it was so weird because sometimes I would take nothing personal. Sometimes I would. And it was so interesting because the times when I would take nothing personal is when most of the time when people would actually come at me and I was like, wow, they're really not speaking to me. They're speaking to themselves. I want to just explain something to you here briefly because I struggled with this for so long. So my hope is for you not to struggle with this anymore, which is how you actually take nothing personal is you hold true to your deepest realization. Whatever that is for you is gonna probably be different for me. So my deepest realization, at least one of them, was when I experienced oneness. When I remember that in moments of hardship, like someone's saying something about me, or maybe I get a hate comment on YouTube, or a stranger calls me weird for saying amazing, so many different things. I remember that experience I had of experiencing oneness, and it just goes right over my head and just my energy doesn't absorb it. That's how I and how you can take nothing personal, by holding true to your deepest realization. Let's get into the next one of my actual personal favorites, which is what you see in someone else, you see in yourself. You're giving this an A. I have a great example about this. And I just want to add something real quick, which is just because you see someone else struggling does not mean you are struggling. It means sometimes you're meant to learn from them. And that's why this is not an S, because it's missing something again. And essentially, Tony Robbins says this. I pretty much agree with it, which is people's lives and people's decisions, more specifically their decisions, are either examples or warnings, or beyond warnings, red flags. And so my partner Esty has a great example of this, where there's someone in her life who is the biggest perfectionist I've ever met. And this person has taught me a great deal about myself by showing me how much they wait and they wait and they wait and they wait and they delay and they experience fear and they delay even more and they perfect and then they change and then they change. And I'm just like, holy fucking shit. I could never deal with this kind of person like trying to tell me or give me advice. So I'm actually going to use them as an example and just act. Sometimes there will be people in your life who are so extreme of a bad way of living that you see that and you're like, I'm never gonna be like that. All right, next one. You get what you believe you are worthy of. This is an A. The easiest way to explain this to you is that you're not gonna charge someone, whether you're an artist, you're a freelancer, you're a coach, you're an entrepreneur who runs a physical business selling soap bars. You're never going to charge someone for your product or your services more than what you believe you or they are worthy of. The reason why this is not an S is because your self-worth is not equated with your ability to do things for reality. However, your business's worth is directly related with the business's, hence your ability, if you're the only one in your business, ability to positively impact society. So the reason why this is an S is because your self-worth is not correlated with what you're able to do. Big difference. All right, next. Readers are leaders. This is a B. And the reason why it is not an S, even though I fully believe it in my heart, is because knowledge is not power. Okay? Wisdom is power, or potential power. What you act on is power. Like, I could read all the fucking books in the world. If I don't do a damn thing about it, am I really a leader? Or am I just someone who's like experiencing fear in choosing comfort and like, I want to read and do nothing? The essence of this is great, which is learning from, and dare I say, enjoying reading books, is absolutely great, so that you don't make errors. Like, you clicked on this video so that you could avoid making errors in the future and choose the better decisions for you in the future as well, and in the present, obviously. So it's great. It's just missing something again. Okay, have a work-life balance. If you know anything about me, or you've like paid attention to this video, you can probably guess where this is going. All the way down to an F. It is one of the, I don't use the word stupid, but most misguided things I've ever heard. Balance looks different for everybody, and depending on where you are in the season of your life and what is most important to you, your life is going to look very different than others, and may even look very different than your life did 5 years ago and will 5 years in the future. Fuck a balance, find your own harmony, and act accordingly. Next, consistency is king. S. Nothing works, nothing changes if you are not consistent. That's all I'm gonna say on that. Consistency over everything. You can sleep when you're dead. This is some of the also most misguided advice I've ever heard. My memory, my mental acuity, my ability to feel good feelings and choose positive actions and thoughts enhances when I sleep well and decreases when I sleep poorly. This is so misguided. That's all I'm gonna say on this. All right, next. Life is happening for you, not to you. This is good advice, but it's landing up in the C. We have none in the D, I just realized that. It's leaving a lot out. There's 4 ways life can happen, okay? All right, next. Fake it till you make it. Some of my favorite advice, however, it is also missing a part. Reason why it is at a B is because it should say, fake it until you believe it. And then you don't need to fake it anymore because you believe it and you're acting in alignment with what you believe always. Personal example I have of this is when I dropped out of college and I moved to Los Angeles. I had my camera, my big camera. It's actually right behind you right now. I'd lug it around with a Rode microphone on top. And I tell people I was a traveling videographer. Now at the time, I did not believe that, but I was, right? I literally traveled from my hometown in Weymouth, Massachusetts, across the country, recorded videos across the country, and of course, traveled. So travel videographer, I was that, I genuinely didn't believe it. So I had quote unquote made it, but I didn't believe it. And that's when I realized that what you're trying to fake most of the time is already there. You're just not seeing it. Next piece of advice. You don't attract what you want, you attract what you are. This is an S piece of advice. I absolutely love it. The reason why is because you are attracting it every single moment. You are a magnet. You are really fucking attractive. You're attracting exactly what you need based on what you are. What you are is loving awareness itself, and you're always attracting that. See beyond what you're actually attracting, and you'll see that you're just attracting more of yourself. This is a very deep and spiritual insight. If you're ready to receive it, you will. Okay? So, next. No one is coming to save you. Ooh, I needed to hear this. This is going in A, not S. And the reason why is there is something or someone or somewhat that is here for you to help you, to save you, to help you, to guide you, to protect you, whatever word you want to insert there. And its name is the universe, God, whatever you entity, if you believe in one, love, source is here. God, my friend, the universe, my friend, whatever entity you want to call it, my friend, is always here with you, just waiting for you to ask it for its help. Kind of going on the earlier, seek first the kingdom of God and all shall be added. Seek the universe's help and you will always receive it because you have the whole weight of the universe ready and willing to help you whenever you want it. And already it is. You can just ask for signs, okay? Next, we have that you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. This is good, but it's missing a part. Again, I think I actually may put this in B. Okay, so 2 parts here. You are the average of the 5 people you associate with the most. And for most people, but not all, that tends to be the people they spend the most time with, okay? Associate versus spend time with is different. Like, associate with is like, oh, I see myself like insert role model here, or as this person. And you will begin to adopt their traits, their way of living, their lifestyle, their beliefs, their habits, etc. On that note, stop spending your time with losers and people who don't give you the effort and energy required to build and sustain the relationship you want. You're wasting your time. Some people don't want to be helped. If you have friends like that, cut them off immediately. Perfect advice for the next one. Feel the fear and do it anyways. I'm not even going to explain this one. This belongs in S. Cool. Healing isn't linear. I absolutely love this. I have experienced it many times. I believe you have as well. Reason why it's an A and not an S is because there are definitely steps in healing. I can look at parts of my life and say, wow, I took a gigantic step after I healed XYZ, after I healed specifically resentment towards people. There was a time in my life where I called my old friends and I apologized for certain things. I felt so much energy and so much fear of judgment come off because I had no longer essentially associated with those people in my life because I'd cleared the energy around it. So I genuinely know there are steps around healing. At the same time, it is still not linear. All right, next one. What you resist persists. One of my personal favorites. A great way of understanding this is when you are open energetically, fully, what is meant to stay with you will. And the reason why is if a thought comes, if a person comes, let's imagine like a person comes up to you trying to pick a fight, okay? Like, dude, you're so fucking weird. Your blue hair is stupid. I think you're wasting your time pursuing your dreams. Who are you, you stupid fuck, blah, blah, blah. You're like, okay, cool. This person's gonna be like, huh? What? You're like, great, you're right. And they're gonna be like, huh? It's like, okay. And then they're gonna have no fuel and they just walk right by you. Cool. It doesn't mean you have to agree with it. It just means just let it go. Last one. Every single thing happens for a reason. We are going to, where do I want to put this on? Where do we want to put this on? I'll put an A. You may never know the reason why, and that's okay. Okay, now you know which self-help advice is a complete gigantic waste of your time and your energy, and which advice will completely enhance the quality and trajectory of your life. If you want help systematically implementing this advice, come join our community. The link is down below in the description. As always, I love you, I'm here with you, I'm rooting for you, and I'm cheering you on. Carpe diem the fucking day, my friend, and have an amazing rest of your day, continuing to be unexpected and surprising yourself. Peace.